YADUNANDANA Vrajajana Ranjana YASODANANDANA Vrajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopidana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasodhanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yasodhanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunyabihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunyabihari Jai Mahatma Sabaribrajacharya Sakharaya Smadhi Nam Saraswati Goswami Bhagavati Jai Ananda Gauri Vaishnava Ki Jai Ramacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Names of the whole Sri Krishna Chaitanya Advaita Gadadhar Shivacharya Gaur Bhakti Jai Sri Radha Krishna Bhogavna Sam Kanda Radha Kanda Giri Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Navadip Dham Ki Jai Ganga Maya Ki Jai Jamuna Maya Ki Jai Guru Dwarka Dham Ki Jai Swami Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai All glories to the All glories to the Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to you, all glories to Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada, and all glories to assembled Vaishnavi devotees. Hare Krishna.
Yes, you could.
Yes, Hare Krishna Maharaj. Yes, now we can hear you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sahadev Prabhu, and
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Maharaj, and thank you so much for accepting our invitation to be with us today. We may put the verse on the screen, and Maharaj, you take it over from here.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
But you will post the verse, right? And I read it from.
Yes. Yes. Yes, I will do that. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasvatim Vyasam Tato Chayam Mudirayet Nigamakalpatarorgalitam Palam Shukamukat Amritadrava Samyutam Vivata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muhurako Rasika Bhubi Babukaha Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkripat Amakam Bande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyam Ishvaram Om Akyanati Mirandasya Yananchana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Shatarine Vanchakalpa Tarupyascha Kripa Sindupya Evacha Patitanam Pavanepyo Vaishnavepyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, thank you very much to all the assembled Vaishnavas for coming to today's class.
Maharaj, Maharaj, your line is breaking up so much. Yes, your line is breaking up. We cannot hear you.
It seems that the internet connection is having some difficulty. Could you hear me when I was speaking?
Yes, now we can hear you.
And before you couldn't hear me? That was...
No, we couldn't.
Okay, so I'll try again. I was thanking all the assembled Vaishnavas and the organizers for giving me this opportunity of reading and discussing the Srimad Bhagavatam, organized by ISKCON Africa, Hare Krishna Africa, for all the African community all over the world, but not limited to the African community, because we are the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, so others are also welcome to come. And those who are listening to the class live, thank you very much for coming. And those who will listen later on, the recording, are also very much welcome, and we're very grateful for everyone for their participation. So we are reading from third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 1, entitled Questions by Vidura, text number 24. The context of the chapter is that we are in the last verse of the middle section of the chapter, where the pilgrimage of Vidura, the places he visited, is described. So different places have been described that Mahatma Vidura visited after being insulted by his nephew, Duryodhana, who couldn't take, he was so envious, he couldn't take good advice. Mahatma Vidura was giving wonderful advice to him, and also especially to his father, the father of Duryodhana, and Dhritarashtra, who was the elder brother of Vidura. So Duryodhana insulted Mahatma Vidura, and he decided, he took it as Krishna's mercy and went on pilgrimage to many different places. He had the need to become purified, because he felt he had become polluted by the materialistic association of these envious family members who were acting in an Avaishnava way. So he went to so many places, and this is the last verse describing the places Vidura visited until he met in the places we read today, in the banks of the Yamuna River. He met with Sri Uddhava, the confidential associate of the Lord in Dwarka. Not the only one, but he is a very special confidential associate of Krishna in Dwarka. So we will read the verse, and then we'll discuss about the topics. Tatastu ativrajya surashtam ritam sauvira matsyan guru jangalamscha kalena tavat yamunamupetya tatrodhavam bhagavatam dadarsha. Srila Prabhupada's translation and purport. We can read the word by word. Tataha means from there to, but. Okay, you go straight to the verse normally. Sahadev Prabhu.
Maharaj, some do the synonyms, translation and purport, and some just do the translation and purport.
I'll do quickly the synonyms, just one time.
Okay, all right.
Ativrajya, by passing over. Surashtram, the kingdom of Surat. Ridham, very wealthy. Sauvira, the kingdom of Sauvira. Matsyan, the kingdom of Matsya. Gurujangalan, the kingdom of Western India, up to the Delhi province. Cha, also. Kalena, in course of time.
Uh, I'm sorry, Maharaj. We're having the poor connection. Come back again. The line breaks up and we cannot hear you. We know you're speaking, but we cannot hear.
Uttavam, Bhagavatam, Dadarsha. Can you hear? Hare Krishna. Can you hear me now?
Yes, Maharaj, we can hear you now.
Should I keep the video off so you can hear me better?
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah, it will be best that you see me, but if I sing, you don't hear me. It's better you hear and don't see me and you hear. And if there is that okay?
Hare Krishna, for now, yes. Okay,
If
thank you, Maharaj.
there is a problem, please let me know.
Okay, Maharaj.
Okay, so I don't know where it cut off, but we will go to the translation. I
Yes.
wrote all the synonyms.
Yeah.
Translation. Thereafter, he passed through very wealthy provinces like Surat, Sauvira, and Matsya, and through western India, known as Kuru Jangala. At last, he reached the bank of the Yamuna, where he happened to meet Uddhava, the great devotee of Lord Krishna. Srila Prabhupada's purport. The tract of land comprising about 100 square miles from modern Delhi to the Mathura district in Uttar Pradesh, including a portion of the Gurgaon district in Punjab, East India, is considered to be the topmost place of pilgrimage in all of India. This land is sacred because Lord Krishna traveled through it many times. From the very beginning of his appearance, he was at Mathura in the house of his maternal uncle Kamsa, and he was reared by his foster father, Maharaj Nanda, at Vrindavan. There are still many devotees of the Lord lingering there in ecstasy in search of Krishna and his childhood associates, the gopis. It is not that such devotees meet Krishna face to face in that tract of land, but the devotees eagerly searching after Krishna is as good as he seeing him personally. How this is so cannot be explained, but it is factually realized by those who are pure devotees of the Lord. Philosophically, one can understand that Lord Krishna and his remembrance are on the absolute plane, and that the very idea of searching for him at Vrindavana in pure God consciousness gives more pleasure to the devotee than seeing him face to face. Such devotees of the Lord see him face to face at every moment, as confirmed in the Brahma Samhita 538. Premanchana churita bhakti vilochanena santak sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayanti Jamshyama Sundaramachintya Gunasvarupam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Those who are in ecstasy of love with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shyamasundara, Krishna, see him always in their hearts due to love and devotional service rendered to the Lord. Both Vidura and Uddhava were such elevated devotees, and therefore they both came to the bank of the Yamuna and met each other. Verse and translation again. Tatastvati vraja surashtam ritam
Hare Krishna devotees, we apologize for Maharaj's internet connectivity. It seems.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Yes.
But it again failed, right? Before it
Yes. Yes.
Did you, what was the last thing you heard when I was speaking?
You were going over the verse in Sanskrit and also translating, doing the translation when we lost your voice.
Yes, for some reason, usually it works. I'm using the best connection here with the phone, but for whatever reason, it's not working so well today. Usually,
Probably because I believe lots of people are trying to call you, and when you're receiving calls, it sometimes causes this problem.
oh, I see.
Yeah.
I should, let me then check. Maybe I should turn off. Let me. Okay, I'll just 1 second. I'll step out of this. Okay. Hopefully it will be better now. Let us see.
Yes, we hope so.
Okay, so we will start discussing. Should I turn on the camera or better to leave like this? And
you may turn on the camera for the time being. Let's see how that works, because we would love to see your lotus face, Maharaj, also.
okay, good.
Yes.
So, yes, this verse is very, very beautiful because it describes the main purpose of visiting the holy places. We see that in Lord Krishna's places, especially the banks of the Yamuna River, was the place where these two great souls, Mahatma Vidura and Sri Uddhava, met. And both of them went there because they wanted to remember Krishna in the places where Krishna manifested his transcendental pastimes, especially in Vrindavana. It's a very special place for all the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to remember Krishna, and those pure devotees of Krishna like Uddhava and Vidura also like to visit such places of the northern region of India where Sri Krishna manifested his pastimes in Vrindavan, Mathura, and Dwarka. These are the regions being described here in a concise manner. So the main purpose of visiting holy places is to associate with other devotees. And this is actually the magic of going to Sri Vrindavan Dham, going or living there, or Sri Dham Mayapur, or also other places like Jagannath Puri Dham also is a very important place for the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The main purpose is not to visit the places per se, but especially it is to associate with those pure devotees who are searching for Krishna there. This is the main purpose, because those pure devotees, they are carrying Krishna in their hearts. Like you may remember from the first canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, when Vidura returned to the palace after the pilgrimage. Of course, the Bhagavatam is not structured chronologically. Sometimes it follows chronology, sometimes it doesn't follow. Like now in the third canto, we are finding a description of something that took place before what was described in chapter 13, when Vidura returned to the palace to
Maharaj,
to the rescue of
Maharaj, if
brother.
we may try turning off the video for now.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, now we can hear you.
Yes. Sahadev Prabhu.
Yeah,
I'm hearing you.
we can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Can you hear, was
Maharaj.
the last thing you heard? Okay. So the last thing you heard may have been when I was mentioning. Okay, now everybody seems to be hearing. Good. So I was mentioning that the chapter 13 of the first canto describes how Vidura returned to the palace, not precisely to see his family members, as much as he wanted to the spiritual rescue of his elder brother, Dhritarashtra, who had been degraded due to his blind mindset. He was not blind only materially, but also spiritually. And also due to his impure association, he was taking advice of his envious son, Duryodhana, who was envious of Lord Krishna and was envious of the devotees of Krishna, the Pandavas. And even though he had the same opportunity than the Pandavas, but because he chose the path of envy and competition to Krishna and his devotees, he was qualified by Vidura as personified offense. And therefore he was not, Duryodhana was only able to pollute whoever will come near him. So Vidura came to the rescue of Dhritarashtra, and when he arrived, after he took rest and took prasadam, Maharaj Yudhishthira, who had been crowned the king after the battle of Kurukshetra, so recently he had become the king. So when Vidura returned, so he started to glorify him, and he quoted a very famous verse, Bhavat Vidha Bhagavatas Tirtha Bhutas Vayam Vibho Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani Svantastena Gadabrita. That persons like your good self, he was addressing Vidura, are actually walking tirthas, walking places of pilgrimage, because you are carrying Lord Krishna within your heart. So whoever associates with you is associating directly with Krishna. So this is what happened when we go to the holy places and sincere Vaishnavas meet. They are carrying Krishna in their hearts, or at the very least, like Srila Prabhupada here is explaining, the way how pure Vaishnavas carry Krishna in their hearts. They may not be able to see Krishna face to face, Srila Prabhupada says in the purport of today, but actually because they are seeing Krishna within their hearts, because they have prema, pure love for Krishna, or they have the desire to develop prema, and they are eager to love Krishna. So naturally, whenever they meet, a very transcendental experience takes place, because they ask questions and they respond to the questions with great enthusiasm and very lively, inspiring manner. And therefore, it becomes a reason for a transcendental experience for whoever may come close to such Vaishnavas. And therefore, Srila Prabhupada established the places of pilgrimage in Sri Vrindavan Dham and Sri Mayapur Dham, the Krishna Balaram Mandir in Vrindavan, and the
Uh,
Prabhu, can you hear me? What to do? Should I go out and enter again?
yeah, it seems there is too much load on your internet. So sometimes it's clear, and soon after a short while, we cannot hear you at all.
What should we do? What do you do? I'm sure this is not the first time in history it happened.
No, of course, you're right. It's not the first
Tell
time.
me what do you do in these cases?
What we usually do is we continue to try to see if it works. If it doesn't, then maybe we bring the class to a close. But we try as much as we can to see if it gets rectified.
Okay. Okay, can you hear now?
We can hear you now, yes, Maharaj.
Okay. So I don't know to what point did you hear before?
You were talking about the purpose of visiting the holy places, that having the Buddhist association.
Yes, that's the main purpose. Like we find also a very important verse in the Srimad Bhagavatam, quoted frequently by Srila Prabhupada. Yasyatma buddhi kunape tridhatu ke svadikalattadeshu pauma ijyadi yatirtha buddhi salilena karichit yaneshwa bhikyeshu saeva go karaha. That a person who goes to the holy places of pilgrimage just to take a bath and who considers that the place of birth is like a special place because he or she took birth there, and who goes to, yes, visits the holy places just for kind of tourism or taking a bath and get some kind of purification, but without valuing the pure devotees who live in the holy places. Such a person is not better than a cow or an ass, in the sense of that these are two animals, or in the mode of ignorance by being in the body of an animal. Of course, in another dimension, cows are particularly dear to Krishna, and all living beings are very dear to Krishna. But in that context, it is mentioned that they are compared to animals because cannot see the value of going to holy places, which is to associate with pure devotees of the Lord. This is the main purpose for going to holy places. On the other
Um,
when holy
Maharaj, I'm sorry to interrupt, but your voice is breaking up. We cannot hear you.
Like for instance,
Dear devotees, we're sorry. It appears Maharaj may not be able to continue speaking because for some reason, as much as he is trying his best to speak with us, his internet is not favoring him at all, and therefore we are unable to hear him. He's tried everything I believe he could. We saw sometimes he even had to shut the video off and just use the audio. It works for a while and then we lose him again. So we're probably going to, let me see, because as we speak now, we've lost him completely. We've lost Maharaj completely. So we're thinking if Maharaj is able to come back and he still has the same problem, then we may have to plead with him to call it a day.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Maharaj.
Yes, what I'm thinking, because you are able to hear me very little, just only few excerpts, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, what we could do if it's okay, I could take questions.
Yeah.
And then if the sound fails, I can reply by the chat and you can read.
Yeah.
Which one is better?
Yes.
A possible option.
I think it's a very good option, Maharaj.
So let's take questions, because so far what we did, we discussed briefly, however we could, for the purpose of visiting holy places is to associate with devotees, with pure devotees, and this is what we see in today's verse, that Vidura and Uddhava met there and they both enlivened themselves. And also when pure devotees visit other places, I was trying to explain at the end, then any other place becomes like a holy place, because the pure devotees carry Krishna in their hearts, so they help people to remember Krishna. So maybe now we can take questions from you.
Yes.
If it fails, you just tell me you're not hearing me, and I can write on the chat and you can read my answer.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for the sincere effort to speak with us, even in the face of this technological problems, hitches we have in today. So, dear devotees, just like Maharaj suggested, if anyone may have questions, comments, realizations you may want to share or ask, please you may do so while we still have Maharaj here, before we probably lose him because of the internet. So please, if you have a question, you may ask. And Maharaj, I have one quick question. The pure devotees, as we understood from the purport and your elaboration on the text, the pure devotees carry the Lord in their hearts. So wherever such pure devotees go is also a place of pilgrimage. But if that is the case, why do these great devotees go to a particular place and not any other place? Like Vidura went to specific places because he is a pure devotee, is carrying the Lord in his heart. Uddhava is a pure devotee, he is carrying the Lord in his heart. But we see these great devotees, they go to a specific place. Why not everywhere else?
Yes, pure devotees, can you hear me?
Yes, Maharaj, we can hear you.
Pure devotees go wherever Krishna sends them or inspires them to go. Like we find in the Damodar Lila, when Mother Yashoda is trying to, is deciding whether to feed Krishna or go and take care of the milk which is boiling in the oven. Srila Prabhupada explains in one of the purports, when Mother Yashoda decided to go and take care of the milk, Srila Prabhupada says that Krishna gives the intelligence and the inspiration to the devotee to do first one thing and second another thing. So Krishna inspires the devotees or arranges their life in such a way that they will go to a particular place. Like for instance, our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, chose to go to New York. He was inspired by Krishna. Even though he
Yes, Maharaj. We lost your voice. Yes.
terms. In one occasion, he said that I went to New York because my
Dear devotees are going to try to reach out to Maharaj in the chat room. Hopefully, he will get my response that we cannot hear.
You don't hear me. Can you read?
Yes.
Can you read it?
In fact, yes, Maharaj. We heard you all the way to this point. We heard you up to this point.
You are hearing now or not? Or
we can hear you now.
Okay, so then I continue.
Yes.
I was saying, Srila Prabhupada went to America, and even though he gave a simple explanation, he said, my god brothers went to the UK and they were not so successful, so I went to America because I thought, if I fail, let me fail elsewhere, not in the same place my god brothers went. He said that in one occasion, at least. But still, Srila Prabhupada went to America because ultimately Krishna inspired him in this way, and he had great success in America, and he was very grateful. He also then went to all the different continents, and he wanted to preach to the locals in each continent. I'm sure you know better than me. When he went to Africa, in Kenya, he wanted to preach to the Africans, not just to the Indians who were living there. Of course, he wanted to preach to everybody, but especially he wanted the locals to embrace the Krishna consciousness movement. So pure devotees go wherever Krishna inspires them, like Tesham Satata Yuktanam, Payatam Priti Purvakam, Tadami Buddhi Yogantam, Jena Mabu Upayantite. Krishna gives the intelligence to the pure devotees to serve him, and therefore they act in a particular way as they are inspired by the Lord. Also in the Gita it is mentioned, Mahatmanastumam Partha Devim Prakriti Mashritaha. The pure devotees, they have the shelter of the divine nature, so they are inspired by the internal potency of Krishna, Srimati Radharani, the Bhakti Devi potency. So naturally, they act in such a way as Krishna makes them to dance. Like Srila Prabhupada wrote in his Jaladuta poem, my Lord, you brought me to dance, I'm like, you're the puppeteer, I'm the puppet. Please make me dance, make me dance, make me dance as you like. I hope this answered the question.
Yes, Maharaj, very much. Yes, yes. It answers the question I asked. But in answering my question, you mentioned or stated something which has been a little bit of a concern to me, in the sense that, yes, when Srila Prabhupada visited Kenya, the devotees then were bringing lots of Indian body people. And even though Srila Prabhupada admired that, but Srila Prabhupada also wanted the local people to take to Krishna consciousness. That was opposite the case in West Africa. In West Africa, most of the devotees were the local, the indigenous people. But now it has changed. Now in Kenya, they are making lots of local indigenous people as devotees. The Indians are still there as devotees, but they're making lots of the local people as devotees. In West Africa, they are not very much making local people devotees anymore. It's just the Indians. So, of course, this is a very particular, unique situation. But generally speaking, Maharaj, what will be the best approach for devotees to try to get to the local people and try to speak to them so they may become devotees? I'm asking this because, Maharaj, you are not in Africa physically, so you may not like give exact things to be done. But generally speaking, if one is trying to establish Krishna consciousness in a particular environment, how does one approach devotional service in such a way that he can make the local people attracted to Krishna consciousness? Maharaj, we still can. Yeah, we cannot. Maharaj, one thing you may try. Maharaj, one thing you may try is to sign out and then sign back in again.
Okay.
That works sometimes.
Okay.
Because I would love to hear your answer to this question I asked.
Okay, I'll go out. And
okay, all right, Maharaj.
1 second, may take half a minute because I have to open again the WhatsApp.
Okay. Well, dear devotees, like we said, we are sorry for the situation we find ourselves in, but it is beautiful also. We can all see how much eager Maharaj is trying his best to speak with us, which is very encouraging. So we hope after he logs back in, the internet may become more favorable and we may be able to hear Maharaj. But it's very encouraging how Maharaj is trying his best to be with us. Okay, Maharaj, you're welcome back, but you are muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay, good. Hopefully, with a
Yes.
connection, it works. Yes. So what I can reflect on regarding your question, Sahadev Prabhu, is that we need to look at what are the needs of the people in terms of making the message relevant to them. This will be like a general universal principle we can apply in each place we go to preach. That problem is not found only in West Africa, but we see it also in some places in North America and Europe, where mostly Indians are becoming attracted, but the locals people, the people who are born in the place, are not so attracted as the Indians. So we need to see how to do it in such a way to make it attractive for them. Like, for instance, I have seen in Switzerland, they have, when I was there in Zurich, the capital of Switzerland. Well, the capital, the main city, where the main temple is there. So the devotees, they organized several programs. If I remember correctly, they had at least 2 programs, and maybe even 3 programs, because they had the Tamil community from South India, quite big. They had the general public, or the Swiss people and general public, and they had other Indians. So they were doing two programs so to address the needs of the people. So it's good to make one program for everybody together, but to have also specific programs for specific audiences can help to make the locals to feel more at home, so to say. That you will have to judge, because you know much better than me the indigenous African mindset of the people. So based on that, you can see what works out. But we see
Maharaj, your audio is breaking up again. Maybe if you may turn off the video and we see if I can. Devotees, we lost Maharaj again, and at this point, we're going to sincerely apologize to you all, to say that if Maharaj is able to come back, we're going to apologize to him that we ended the class, and hopefully we will have his association once again. And the internet must be much better then. Because we also do not want to bother Maharaj so much trying to speak with us and nothing is going through, and it's trying, and it's not going through. So this is what we would like to do. Please accept our apologies. But we'll do that when Maharaj comes back. Because if we go off, if we end it now, then Maharaj may not even be able to come back here at all. So we'll wait for a while to see if Maharaj is able to make it back here. If he is unable to, then we may bring this to a close, and then we will reach out to him personally to offer our apologies to him and also express our gratitude. So, let's see. All right. So, on this note, dear devotees, we're going to humbly request you all to kindly unmute, and we all chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra to express our appreciation to His Holiness Yadunandan Swami Maharaj for his sincere eagerness to be with us, even in the midst or in the face of such technical glitches. So you may all unmute. Hare Krishna, please. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vancha kalpa taribhyascha, kripa sindhubhya evacha, patitanam pavanebhyo, Vaishnavibhyo namaha. All glories to His Holiness
His Holiness Yadunandana Swami Maharaj ki
Jai.